everybody, it's Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I'm just filming a video today, just to have a little chit chat with you guys. I do have a couple things to show you, but I want to tell you guys about my week because it has just been crazy. The first thing is I'm going to show you an item that I finished. This is the Franken Beanie. Let me see if I can get it to focus. It's a pattern off of Ravelry, and I will link it below. It's a knit pattern, and it was super simple. There's the inside of it, where you carry yarn along, or thread, whatever you call it. But of course, I messed it up. This little section here is supposed to be one leg like that, but I did an extra one. So I had to kind of fudge it at the end because it was just getting too big. I'll show it to you guys. See, it's too big, but not so bad that I won't be able to wear it. So, but I love how this turned out, and I've just got all kinds of ideas of ways I could do this to make it again and use different yarns and stuff to make it cool looking. Like, you know, you could use a variegated where to have different colors all through here. And oh, I don't know. I'm going to make this again and hopefully do it right this time. But it was super simple. I got halfway through and realized I was doing something wrong or lost my place. I can't remember. So I took it all out and started over. And lo and behold, I still messed it up. But that's the story of my life with patterns most of the time. But that's the only actual thing I have finished since my last video that I showed you some things. But I've been working like crazy on that sweater for my sweater make-along. I'm probably going to get it finished in the next few days. And y'all are going to be shocked at what I've done. So I can't wait to film that video to show you guys. Also, I wanted to show, let me show you this. My daughter filmed a video for me last week of Rowan playing out in the yard, and he was in the grass playing with the leaves in the grass and stuff. And I thought, you know, they need a quilt or a quilt that they can lay down and let him play out in the yard that's easy to clean and durable. They could take it to the beach, they could do whatever with it. So I thought I would make them this denim quilt. And what I did, let me just show you right quick, is I had a lot of denim squares that I had bought from somebody off Etsy. It's been years ago. And I know I could go and thrift them and cut them out myself and everything, but this was so convenient. And I was making I think they're called rag quilts. I think it's the quilt where you sew around and then you fringe each block. Let me tell you, y'all, that took forever to do. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's no quilting to it. You just basically sew the denim and the backing, and sometimes people put something between it, but denim's so heavy, I never have. But the cutting of those little strips took me forever. But anyway, turned out pretty, but I probably will never do another one. But I was excited to do this for, and I am going to back it with actual drop cloth fabric, because years ago, I bought some drop cloths because I was going to make curtains, and you know how best laid plans are. They never got made. We moved again, and just long story short, I never made them. So I've got several drop cloths, and I thought, you know, those things are pretty thick and durable. That would be perfect on the back of this. Now, how I'm going to quilt it, I don't know, because I'm not going to put a batting in the middle of it, because it's just basically just going to be something they can just toss on the ground and then throw in the washing machine as needed. And I'm just not going to go through all that because denim is heavy, and quilting, just regular quilting cotton, is hard enough under a regular sewing machine, but try to add batting and denim and then a backing and that heavy drop cloth would be a nightmare. But I'll figure something out, and I'll show you guys when I'm finished with it. I hope to get some work done on it this weekend. But I don't know, because I think we're going to go do some furniture shopping tomorrow, because we've been living in this house since December, and we have no end tables in the living room at all. We're using step ladders, and we have another whole room that has no furniture in it, but I kind of putting that off because I really don't know what to do. It's one of those rooms, it's right off our kitchen. It's not a dining room. It's more like a den, but it's open. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's got a fireplace in there and everything, but furniture placement in that room would be weird. So I'm not in too big of a hurry to do anything there because I really don't know what to do. But anyway, you know, I just got to thinking, have I showed you this stuff yet? Hold on just a second. I'm going to check back in my video. Hold on. Y'all, I am absolutely losing my mind. I filmed this a a while ago, this video, the start of it, and I had a coughing fit, and I just started over. So I thought I had shown y'all something that I couldn't remember if I'd shown y'all something, but I had showed it to you in the last time I filmed it. But anyway, y'all don't need to know all that mess and how crazy I am. But I did buy some things when I went to the quilt shop. I told you guys I was going to go to the quilt shop, and I went, and it was an amazing experience. There were the nicest people there. They actually were having a sit and sew class when I got there, which is exactly what I was looking for. A lot of times there's some ladies sitting in there, and I'm sorry, Steve, that I'm saying ladies, but that's who was there. There were no men sewing. I know men sew. I got called out by one of you guys, and I think his name is Steve, saying that I'm just assuming that ladies are the only one that quilts or sews. But no, I know that's not true. I know men do amazing things. It's just that in my experience, when I was at the quilt shop, there were only ladies. So that's how I'm going to refer to it, and I apologize. But anyway, I hope I don't offend anybody. That's the last thing I want to do. Honestly, I'm the least judgmental person you'll ever meet. Trust me, you have no idea. Anyway, I won't get into all that, but anyway, the ladies there were just amazing. They, just took me right in, and I wasn't even a part of the class, but they sit there and they talk to me about all the things they do. They talk to me about quilt guilds that are around in this area and which ones they go to. It was just an amazing, very friendly experience. And for an introvert like me who, almost has paralyzing fear of going into new situations, that was just a great experience. And I'm looking so forward to joining the people in those classes. It's not really a class. It's just you know how people go to crochet in groups or knit. They go to knit night or crochet night or whatever. This is a sewing. Same thing with that. So, but while I was there, I did buy some things. So I have to show you that. I got a pattern. It's this one. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It's by Amy Smart, and it's called Craftsman. Yeah. But here's just the layout of it. But I really was overwhelmed, to be honest with you. That shop had so much. And by the way, I got a little bit of filming done, but the store was so busy and so full that I just didn't feel comfortable filming because there were so many people that would have been in the video that I didn't want to invade their privacy. So, I will plan to go back and do that because I think she would be fine with it. The lady was super sweet. I had an amazing experience, in case y'all can't tell. But anyway, I was wanting to get a quilt pattern because I'm really, really excited to get back into quilting. I have made many, many quilts in my life, and I've given every single one of them away. And I want to make some for myself. So that's what's on my mind right now is quilting. But I got this one just because it was super simple. I think I can do that and not have too many problems. It's just picking fabrics. But, fabric lines now are so good about having, the little kits. Like you get the layer cakes, you get the fat quarter bundles, you get the little charm packs and all that stuff that makes it super simple to have coordinating fabrics that you don't have to pick out. You just go buy that. So with that being said, I did buy one. Not for this actual pattern, but I am going to join the Carrie Penny's from the Happy Crafty Homemaker, her Spook Your Spring Make-Along. And she welcomes all crafts. So I thought I would make me a little Halloween lap can or, just a small quilt. Excuse me. So I bought this, and it's got plastic on it. Let me see if I can slide this off so it won't be so shiny. I don't really want to take it off because I'm not ready to cut into it, but I might as well because I'm going to have to get started because you have to have your projects done this month. So I can show you some of the fabrics. Okay, it's called let me just see y'all, I'm so coordinated. Can't y'all tell? It's called Halloween, and it's by Moda. And I love these things because I am the world's worst at picking out yarn colors, picking out coordinating fabrics, that type of thing. I just don't have a gift of that. So anytime I can find something for somebody to help me out with, I go for it. But I'm going to just show you the fabrics right quick that come in this. There's the owl. Y'all, this may be harder to do because For some reason, I can't get the fabrics to separate easily. I'm sorry. Here's the next one. I'm going to go through these fast because there's several of them. There's that one. There's that one. And y'all, they're sticking together so much. I'm going to have a time with this. I'm telling you, I had something happen to me this week. I'm going to tell y'all about it. There's that one. Y'all, it's going to take too long. These things are just sticking. Not sticking per se, but anyway, I'm going to flip. Just flip and try to show them to you this way. There's this one. I'm trying to get up close so y'all can see. I'm just going to randomly go through and just pick some. Just different fabrics. And the reason I like this so much is it wasn't like in your face Halloween as far as the bright, bold cut. It was something different. It's a different take on a Halloween theme, and I like that. You know, it's got the little stars and flowers and stuff, so it's not your typical Halloween fabrics, but I loved it. I thought it was different. I like the kind of muted colors that are in it. So I'm excited to do something with that. And I have got a book that uses patterns made from layer cakes, which is what this is, and things like that. So I'm going to look in there for some inspiration. But I'm pretty bad about just making a quilt up on my own and, you know, hoping it works out. But we'll see what I do. But I got a little bit of black fabric to use in it, which has got lint all over it. And I got this to back it with. There. And this isn't part of the fabric line, but, you know, I think it'll work. It'll be fine. But, you know, I just seen all these little fuzzies. And I know y'all see them in my videos because when I watch back to make sure I didn't say anything stupid, I see all these little fuzzies. And I'm wondering if some of that has to do with all this raspiness and coughing I get, because it's worse when I'm up here filming a video. So I don't know what it is. And let me tell you, this denim has shed all over this room, y'all. It is a mess, and I've got to vacuum it. But, y'all, I'm on this thing. I'm sitting. There we go. Anyway, I did find the yarn that I was looking for that shawl. Here it is. It's the confetti. It's a wrap sprinkles. And I'm almost ashamed to tell you where I found it. I have looked this room over because I felt for certain that I had left it in here because that's where I had filmed the video where I showed it to you. It's the one I was going to add to that virus shawl that I asked you guys, should I start with the yellow or the blue? I had actually put it right back there on that shelf and just didn't recognize it because it looks so different in the ball than it actually looked in the shawl. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go get that shawl. Okay, I'm back. Okay, once again, I'm going to show you the yarn. There you go. And then here's the shawl. And I don't know why I didn't recognize that ball of yarn, but see this? I think the yellow is just so prominent. I don't know, because that yellow shows up pretty good in that. But I don't know why. I just didn't see it. It's so funny. And the only way I found it, you know, I think I got myself off kilter here. The only way I found it was that I was watching my old video because I couldn't remember if I showed y'all this hat or not. And I seen the ball of yarn in that video and I thought, oh my gosh, that is up there on my shelf. I cannot believe that. I felt like a complete nut. But anyway, so that's all I've bought. That's what I'm working on. I'm going to finish up my sweater for my make-on because I feel like I can finish it pretty quickly. And I can't wait to show that video to you. And I'm going to start working on my Halloween Spook Your Spring. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my week. Okay. Mama, let me tell you a little bit about Mama. She has been sundowning really bad. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's when someone with dementia gets very confused in the evenings, okay? And she's been really bad here lately. I mean, she's been bad for a while, but it's been really bad lately. And she's been calling me and being very angry at me because she has got it in her mind that I sold her house without her wanting to, and that I have all her money. And it's the saddest thing ever. She's heartbroken because she doesn't have a home. Well, she's actually living in a home she owns because my sister has lived in it probably for 30 years, and Mama actually owns that house. So we tell her that that's her house, but she has no recollection of ever owning that house. And she got so upset the other day she took off walking because her home is right across is over a hill from my sister's, where my sister's at, where Mama's living now. And she fell, but she's okay. But she just, it's the saddest thing, y'all. Alzheimer's sucks. I'm telling you, there's nothing. We don't know what to do. I mean, I'm honest with her. I say, Mom, you sold your house almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. You and my uncle took care of everything. You went with him to do all this, and she doesn't remember. She feels like in her mind it was just sold, because with the Alzheimer's, she's just lost her recollection of time and stuff. And just pray for her and pray for my sister, because she's really giving her a fit. I mean, she'll call me and fuss at me and throw the phone down, and that's the end of it. But Kim has to deal with this every single evening, here lately especially. But, Kim's got my other sister who's been staying with them a lot to give Kim a break. And my uncle, who lives just right next door, he comes whenever she's like that, because he can really calm her down. So it's just heartbreaking. I'm telling you, it's really, really the most. I don't think I'll ever go through anything as hard as this, watching somebody you love just completely disappear in front of you. But anyway, pray for all that. I appreciate if you're praying people. I ask for that. But also, I'm having some health issues. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't know what it is. About 3 weeks ago, I had an episode. That's what I'm going to call them because I'm afraid if I tell you guys what's going on, and I don't mean to be shady or anything, that y'all will tell me what you think it is, and I don't want to be scared, to be honest with you. But, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, or a month, I don't really know. I know it's been pretty recent. I had something happen. And then last week, the same exact thing happened. And then while I was at the quilt store, it happened again. And so that's enough for this person to say, okay, I've got to get serious. I've got to get to a doctor. So I got on the phone yesterday, or the day before, I can't remember, and I made me a doctor's appointment. And I can't go till June 2nd because, trying to find somebody that accepts new patients, first of all, is hard. And I did want a woman, because I feel like there's some other issues going on that I want to talk to a woman about, because, it's about woman things, So I wanted a lady, and there was only 2 in the office accepting new patients anyway, and I was lucky to even get in. So that's the one thing about moving so much, is trying to find a doctor, especially when you find one that you feel like really comfortable talking to. And I've never had really bad luck with that, but anyway, I go June 2nd, and as I know things, you guys will know things. I'm hoping it's nothing, but I've lived 56 years and I've never had anything really wrong with me. So, I should count my blessings, and I hope there's nothing going on, but I just need to get checked out. So anyway, so prayers for me, please, if y'all don't mind. I need, I'm nervous. So I don't know why I'm getting emotional, y'all. I'm that way. Sometimes you're going to see tears on this channel, and I apologize. Let's see. Oh, and also, my husband's been out of town, so he's not been here since Wednesday. He's on his way home now, and today's Friday. And so I'm excited for him to get here, because I need somebody to talk to, because, I'm nervous. And I didn't want to tell him anything while he's gone, because I don't want him to worry about me when he's not here. But anyway, I was going to ask you guys, what are you guys, any of you got plans for Mother's Day? Do y'all celebrate Mother's Day? Do you, what do y'all do? It's never been a huge thing in our household. My husband's always made sure I've gotten a Mother's Day gift and that type thing, which is fine. A lot of times it's flowers and stuff like that, which is sweet. But a couple years ago, I think it was about a year or so ago, about last year, he got me some flowers. And I told him I love him, and I know it's sweet, but I no longer want any more flowers because they just die, and they're so expensive, and I would rather have that money for something else. So we a lot of times will buy ourselves our gift. Like, we've been married 33 years. I mean, I know more what I want than what he can pick out. He'll usually buy me jewelry or perfume, and that's sweet, and I'm so appreciative, and I do love everything he gets me. But to be honest with you, I would rather have yarn, or I would rather have fabric. I would rather, you know, stuff like that. So, and he's not good at picking that out, I tell you. So this year, I actually bought myself a new chair for my office, or I call it my office, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Because the one I'm sitting in is the most uncomfortable chair I have ever sit in my life. I'm short, I've got short legs, and it kind of leans me forward, and I try to adjust it to go back, and it's super old. I've had it forever, and I'm hoping this one will be more comfortable. But it's coming next week, and it's my Mother's Day gift to myself. So anyway, I'm just rambling on as I always do, and I know y'all say it's okay, but I think it's kind of funny. I sit here in this house all day by myself, and I don't talk to anybody, so when I get on here, I talk to you guys. But my throat's getting scratchy again, so I'm going to go, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.